friends. Happy Valentine's Day to you. It is 10:30 in the morning and it is finally hit 18 degrees. It was 11 when we got up. So this morning I'm kind of not moving too well today. Didn't sleep well last night, but I've been sitting here drinking my coffee and I've been working on the doily right here. And I'm using a 2.0 or a 2mm hook. And I'm following her on YouTube. And she gives play-by-play with all the directions on the top right there. And I will link this in the description. So no special plans for today. I have to go film what I've been working on for y'all later today. No finished objects. I've been all over the place with my, well, I shouldn't say that. I finished that table runner. Been doing a lot more sewing, but anyways, I just wanted to wish you happy Valentine's Day, and we will chit chat in a bit. Hey friends, so this is why I'm not getting much done in my hand knits and crochets. It's because I'm pulling out old quilt tops, and I'm trying to get them caught back up. This quilt top was probably one of my very first ones I ever did. I remember the flower pattern was a, layer cake, 10-inch layer cake. And I think this was a Missouri Star quilt pattern. And I remember going down to, might have been Walmart, went back when they had fabric, and got some of that matched it. This is super thin, super thin. And it's not the greatest job because it's my first one. I mean, you can see the gap of my tension wasn't tight enough there. But you know what? It's a beautiful quilt. And I'm going to get this quilted. This is going to take me most of the day because I'll have to take breaks because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Even though I'm only 66, this does bother my back. But I got my larger style curved quilting pins. Ran out of those, got my small ones. I'd prefer the big ones, so I should order more of those. And the backing for it is quite wild, but it's pretty. Bought that last year at Sisters Fabric, our hometown quilt shop. When it was 20% off, I bought that one. I bought 3 of them, and I quilted one last year. I have one more left in there, but today I just wanted to show you. This is one of my first ones, and she's a good size baby, so she'll take a while. And I will just do straight line sewing. Start in the center and work my way down to the bottom and go back up to the top and go to probably the left side of it, because I usually roll the biggest part to fit underneath, which would be the side here under the throat of my sewing machine, so that when I start in the center, when I go and move it over this way, this side that will be draping out over the table and stuff will get bigger and bigger. So, but anyways, I just want to show you what I'm doing. This one's probably going to give me fits because, like I said, there's puckers and stuff, but I'll do the best I can. So I'm just going to sew, I won't sew right on it, but I will sew on one side of it like that. And I'm not going to come back and turn it around and do anything. It's just going to be straight sewing on this one. So I'm thinking right now is I'll do this, then hop over to here and hop over to here and here. So, and then what I do on my borders is then I will divide it up and just do a straight line down it. It's not probably the correct way of doing it, but I'm just learning this quilting myself on my machine. But I just wanted to show you what I'm doing today, and the sun is shining. We are under another winter weather advisory. So this is Mr. Jerry's coffee table that I was telling you about, but he really likes this. So right now we are going to enjoy the sunshine, because 11 o'clock tonight until Saturday, I think at 7 p.m. we're under another advisory. We could get 3 more inches up to 6 with a glaze of ice. So, but anyways, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to let you go so I can go finish pinning this today. I need to show you this before I let you go. This is an old wooden antique ironing board that has a handle in it that when you fold it up, the handle is right there so that you can unlock it and fold it straight up. The only thing I have done is I've replaced the cover, but this cover is really getting old. I've had this probably, the cover, at least 10 years, but I love my vintage ironing board too. Reminds me of when my grandma and his mom would sew. This is what they use. So, but anyways, talk to you soon, my friends. Hey friends, happy Valentine's Day. Happy February 14th. I just thought I'd get this done and over with. I do not have a lot to show you for my Friday makings. So today's vlog is more of a snippet vlog, what I'm doing, because I did so much sewing last week. So, and I'll have to insert pictures when I talk about them and stuff. So I'm just going to, I only have 4 items, 4 items. And you would have saw the next quilt that I'm getting ready to, hopefully within the next few days, get quilting on it. Today's just been a slow, lazy day. So welcome. Sorry about that. Welcome, friends. My name is Teri, and this is my vlog on my retirement life, and my weight loss journey on Weight Watchers, trying to lose 75 to 100 pounds. My weigh-in days are on Tuesdays, and that's where I talk about my weigh-in day and how I felt the week has went. And Fridays is kind of what I accomplished, hopefully, in my crafts. But you kind of see snippets because, you know, I show Monday through Friday. So, but anyways, because it's lunchtime and I'd like to go get some lunch. So I hope that your Valentine's Day is a good one, whether you celebrate it or not. And if no one's told you today, happy Valentine's Day, my friend. So my first item is my February socks. A little backstory, because a lot of you already know this. I pulled out 15 skeins of yarn from my stash, and my goal was to knit a pair of socks, hat, or whatever that the yarn looked like it wanted to be, to help use up my stash. And so January's was my color work socks, and so I started this one here, and I am almost to the toe. So, well, I am at the toe, I just started decreasing. So this is from La Jolla. This was the June colorway of 2022. This is nice and squishy. I think this one is 75%, 25%. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. My sweet spot for my yarn, I like 80% and 20, but this is quite squishy. So this is where I've gotten so far on the first sock. So it's going to be like this. So I just started the toe decrease, and I really should just work on this afternoon because I could get this one done and then cast on the second. So I'm doing shorty socks because summer is coming, spring is coming. And I did 25 rounds of knit 2, purl 2, and then I did 5 rounds of the leg before I went into the heel flap and turn, and then I did the gusset. So this is where this is right now. I use a US 1 2.25 magic loop. So that's where I got on that one. And then there is through Expression Fiber Works. It's a year-long monthly make-along. And oh, I didn't bring out the tag or anything. So this one right here, it needed 1,300 and approximately, she said, 1,320 yards of 12 different fingering weight yarns. I didn't have 12 that I thought would go together. So I did find 3 that I had bought several years ago, and I'll put the maker down here below. I know she doesn't dye anymore, but and this one came up to 305, and I know, Terry, you said you needed 320. Well, I figured that if it gets close enough, I can stop at any time. So this is what it looks like. It has a silver stellina in it, which just means it has sparkles, and it is a very faint, different colors in there. There are some, I see some blues, like a golden. There is a green. Oh, let me see right there, and a pink. So, you know, hopefully I can find it. And this is done in the circular, and this one is done on number 5, US 5 knitting needles. And so far I'm doing it magic loop, and I have January's clue done, and I just started February's clue. So I'm just going to try to show you what January's. So it is a flower, and I will try to take a picture of this and insert it if I can. If not, because this is so bright in here, but you might be able to see it right there. It's not quite big enough to, I got this much more before it can be in the circle. So right there, it is a star or a flower inside. And then it has these beautiful lacework detail in it. So, yeah, this is really pretty. And February's I just started, and I think it's going to be like eyelets, because this is the first couple rows up here. So I started this because what I'm discovering is, I don't know what it is, but this time of year my crafts are all over the place. This is when I tend to want to sew more. This is when I don't knit as much, and I want to crochet more. So I do have 2 other socks. I did not bring them out because the one is the purple stripe one, and I probably only put one row in it, and I'm on the foot of that one. The other one was that one from Gauge Dye Works. That was a stripe a day, 28 stripes, and I've decided to frog it because there's all that gray in it, and I knew I wouldn't be happy with it. I think I'm going to make a muscle burl hat in it. My friend Miss Jenny, I think that's what she says she's doing with one of hers. So I'm going to frog that because I know I won't be happy with it the way it is. I have not crocheted any hats, have not crocheted any new blankets or anything like that. But I did pull out my muscle burl that I told you last Friday that I was going to work on. And I'm happy to say this is where I was last Friday, and this is how much more. So I have to go to 19 inches and a quarter, and I'm at 17 and a quarter. I have a feeling I'm going to run out of yarn. I'm housing the yarn inside because this is all I have left. And if I run out of yarn, I'll just grab a scrap of something, because it's not really going to matter, because this end is done, so this would be the outside, and then this end, once it gets done and decreased to that, when I get to that 19 and a quarter inches, then I start decreasing this down till I get to however many stitches the pattern calls for. And let me show you what it looks like on that end. So I'll start decreasing just like this one was increased till it gets down to the recommended stitches, and then I will secure both ends in, weave the ends in, and then this end right here will go inside of here. So I'll just find something that looks halfway decent with it. So I thought that was a good amount on that. So I will move this up here, and hopefully next week it will be done. And then the other thing that I've been working on, I said I felt like I wanted to start another doily, and I did do that, and you would have saw pictures of it yesterday. And this has 9 parts to it, so it's going to be a bigger doily. And I just finished, am I just starting 3? I'm just starting 3, part 3. So this is what it's looking like so far. So these are going to end up being flowers. And I am using Aunt Lydia's doily thread. And I am using a size 2 hook or a 2.0 for that doily thread. So that right there is bringing me comfort and joy. So the other thing I got done was my mystery sew along quilt. And as I'm talking about this, and hopefully as I'm on the doily, I will have posted a picture of the finished one. And I can't post on the mystery knit along one. But on this next quilt, I will show you the finished pictures, and it ended up being 56 by 60, and I do not have big enough fabric to put together on the back, and as I'm looking at it, and I know through my stash, I mean, I can put anything on the back because I've got extra for the binding, so I could use that on the front. And sometimes I do that, but we'll see. I'm just kind of letting it hang out. That's what I do with my quilts. I just let them kind of hang out until I get the gumption to say, okay, I need something in there. So, and then you would have saw the next one, the next quilt. Oh no, before I go to that. And then I will post the pictures again of that tabletop of the Michigan fabrics and stuff that was a kit. I did get that done. So there's been a lot of sewing. And on my trip around the world, I did sew another black, and I have one laid out. And then I decided to pull out that quilt top, and I had bought backing for it last year, and I have one other one that was a mystery quilt along, and I bought the backing to that one too. And so I thought, I'm going to get this one done. This is probably one of my, it's not my first quilt I ever put together. I'm not for sure if I'll ever quilt that one because it is a pinwheel, and the fabric's very, very thin. And it was all hand sewn together because that's what Jerry's mom used to do. And she was teaching me how to do it. So that just might stay. I'm just so afraid that if I sew that, it's just going to disintegrate because it was Walmart fabric back in the day. And our Walmart, we have not had fabric back in the day for probably 20 years or so. And that's about how long ago. And so, but I have a couple other, I have a tote, and I've got when I finish something, I usually fold it up and put it in there, and it will say finished tops. And there was one that was a scrappy trip around the world that I did last year. And I pulled that out, and I thought, oh, that's right. You need to finish this and quilt this because this will go to somebody for Christmas. And then there was a couple of what I call lap tops, throws that I could do. But there is a tabletop one that was in Patriotic. And that one probably will be the next one that I'll try to find something to quilt that one because I do want to get that one done. So, but other than that, you know, that's kind of all I've been doing. And it just doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is a lot. And I want to touch bases on what happened yesterday when Mr. Jerry brought home supper. If you watched yesterday's vlog, he was going to stop if it got later, and he didn't get home until 5:30, 5:45. And he said his mom, who has dementia, was having a really good day. And so he sat with her a little bit longer and stuff. And, you know, she's at the stage of the dementia that you can tell her something, and as soon as it's left your mouth into her ears, it's gone. But he still was letting her know, you know, family stuff and how we're all doing and all that stuff. So he did go to Culver's, and I had told him, you know, about a pot roast sandwich because I know with the bun they're 13 points, but I had the points yesterday because everything I ate was super low in points because I used a lot of free foods on Weight Watchers, and which is a good thing. So he came home, and I pulled out, and there was this dinner, and it had a roll in it, and it had mashed potatoes with gravy, and it had the roast beef on sandwich bread instead of a bun, and coleslaw. I think that was it. And then there was a small salad. Well, I knew he probably got the salad because he likes a little salad. And I had salad at lunch. Y'all, I didn't want a dinner. I said, oh, and he goes, well, yeah. He said, I saw this. He goes, up on their marquee thing. And he says, it really looked good. Well, when I uncovered it, it didn't look that good. But I gave him the roll. This is where my non-scale victories came in. I gave him the roll. I only had half of the coleslaw. I did not have any of the bread on the meat. I just had the meat. And I did have the mashed potatoes and gravy. Now, if you go into your app under Culver's, the mashed potatoes and gravy are only 1 point because potatoes are free. And, but there's nothing in there, just having the roast, the roast beef, the pot roast, whatever it's called. So, and the whole meal, if I was to eat that whole meal, it would have been 17 points. But I didn't eat the whole meal. So I decided to take half of the sandwich, which was 13. So I took half of that, even though I didn't have any bread. And so the points might have been a tad bit lower. And the coleslaw wasn't bad. I could have had the whole thing. It wouldn't have been bad, but it wasn't bad for half of it. Well, then he also bought himself a chocolate malted, and he got me a small, and he had a small vanilla shake. And that looked good, sounded good, and I had it. Of course, I know it's going to be high points. I didn't think it would be extremely high. Again, I get 29 points in a day and 28 extra weeklies. And after having that, what they call a short vanilla shake, that vanilla shake was 38, I think 32 or 38 points. That's big. I think it was 32. You can look it up. His was even more. His malted was even more. I think his was like in the 40s for that much. You can have your store-bought vanilla ice cream for 8 points for that thing. So needless to say, I went from having lots of extra points to a negative number. And then I had popcorn last night because for some reason I was hungry last night, and so I had popcorn. So that put me at negative 12. Normally I would have been boo-hooing and just grabbing everything and anything. And I just looked at it and I said to him, because you could see it on his face, he felt bad. And all I said to him is, I just got work to do. I just have to, eat a little bit better the rest of not a little bit better, but watch the intake of whatever. Because he meant well. Because he said, I saw the dinner and I thought, oh, she would like that. She likes potatoes and gravy. But y'all, I did give him the roll. I did not eat the bread. So that is high five for Miss Teri right there. And I only ate half of the coleslaw. And today's a new day. New set of points starting all over again. Even though I got the negative, doesn't mean that I can't whittle it down. And it was only one meal. And today we're not going anyplace for Valentine's. It's cold outside and we both are just feeling like we don't want to go anyplace. So supper tonight is going to be chicken and noodles, and it's our homemade chicken and noodles. And all that is that it is chicken with veggies in it and chicken broth and noodles. That's it. So usually his is, the way he makes it, because he knows that butter and all that stuff is, high in flour. So he kind of cuts that down. But for a serving, it is either 4 points or 6 points, 7 points, something like that, because of the noodles. We don't use the egg noodles. We use the I can't remember the name of it, but they are thicker frozen noodles that look like you've handmade them. So we'll have that for supper. And I'll just count it, and we have cookies, and I'll just count them. I mean, that's life, right? He meant well. He really meant well. And I know that he meant well. And that was okay. Because, like I said, I didn't eat it all. So. But anyways, I'm going to let you go. This video is already going to be past my top 30 minutes because I'm yicky yacky today, I guess. So anyways, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go have some lunch. Not for sure what it is. There is leftover goulash, like a half a cup's worth. I could have that, or I could just have a yogurt. I'm not too hungry, so we'll just see. But anyways, thanks again, my friends, and I hope that, again, that your Valentine's Day is a good one, whether you celebrate it with somebody or you don't, or it's just you and your little fur babies. You're loved, just know that. And thank you again for being part of this journey with me, and thank you again for allowing me to show you snippets of our retirement life. So stay strong, my friends. We got this. And tell me what you're doing. If you're going out, how your journey's going. But anywho, thanks again, and I will see you next Monday, because Saturday and Sunday I do not vlog, so it gives me the weekend to recharge. So we'll see you on Monday, my friends.